Have you ever received a message that made your whole body to freeze even before you could finish reading it? This is exactly what happened to James, a school owner, when he received an email from KRA. The email required him to pay a whopping 2 million Kenya shillings in form of taxes. James wondered, I only run a school business which is not this much profitable. How then could KRA want me to pay all that in form of taxes? What James did not know is that KRA was aware in the year 2024, his school bank account had passed through 6.7 million shillings. Unfortunately for James, he had filed a nil return, indicating that year he did not do much business, but KRA was wiser. So James came to us, trembling, panicked, very shocked, and we told him, relax. We asked him to provide us with his records, the bank statements, the list of students, the payments file, the expenses file, and we reviewed. We did a forensic audit, and we were able to gather these 4 facts. Number 1 is that out of the 6.7 million that passed through the school bank account, 3 million was a loan facility that James had received from a financial institutions to help him pay for expenses. There were some repairs that James was doing in the school, to pay for salaries, to pay for stationery, to pay for utilities, 3 million. And we had a conversation with KRA, and we told them that this 3 million is not subject to taxation because it is proceeds from a loan facility. And KRA they understood that. So they said, that's okay. We will not tax this 3 million. So out of the 6.7 million that KRA were looking for to tax, now we are down by 3 million. And we proceeded with our forensic audit. Number 2, we were able to notice that there was an income of 1.4 million that James had received when he sold his car. And that was another aha moment for us, because proceeds coming from sale of personal assets are not subject to taxation. And we told KRA, look here, there is this 1.4, and KRA agreed with us. So by now, we have been able to deduct a whopping 4.4 million from the amount that James was supposed to pay taxes for. Now, we perused further. This time around, it is becoming about a bit complex, but we are able to identify through careful analysis that there was 500,000 shillings that was supposed to be income for 2023, which was received in 2024. Some parents had lagged behind in terms of school fees payments, and instead of paying the school fees for the year 2023 that year, they delayed and they paid in 2024, which is understandable that all of us, we are going through hard economic times, and that's the economic reality that we are in. So we told KRA, income is supposed to be taxed the year or the period when it is earned, not when it is received. So this 500,000 that is money that was earned in 2023, received in 2024, will not be taxed now, because in fact it was taxed in the year 2023. So another 500,000 is down. We went further trying to look for other cases, and luckily we were able to identify another 300,000 that was amount that was paid by some parents with reference to fees for the following year. Some good parents, and every business has those customers who prepay for their services, for the services or goods that the company. So there were some parents who had paid a whopping 300,000 in the year 2024 for school fees for 2025. What that meant is that income that is prepaid is not supposed to be taxed in the year 2024 because that service is yet to be offered. The company has not made any profit. In fact, this 300,000 is a liability. KRA, you cannot tax it. So we are able to also deduct that. In total, from the loan facility to the sale of a car to the income that is being paid this year for last year and to prepaid income, we were able to deduct a whopping 5.2 million Kenya shillings from the income of 6.7 million. We deduct 5.2 million from 6.7 million, we were left with a taxable income of 1.5 million. Before you start wondering and saying maybe that is still much, let me tell you this, that there's a difference between taxable income and taxable profits. This one which we are talking about at this moment is taxable income. For us to go to taxable profit, we have to deduct all valid expenses. And now we had to deduct the rent that the school had paid the whole year 2024, the salaries, the utilities, the printing services, the books that were bought, and all those expenses added to 1.46 million. So we graciously deducted 1.46 million from the 1.5 taxable income, and we were left with only 60,000. And we did what we are supposed to do, gladly subjected that taxable profit of 60,000 to a tax rate of 30%. And James, for his school business, he was now supposed to legally pay only 20,000 Kenya shillings. 30% of 60,000, around 20,000. That's what he was supposed to pay. And we had successfully been able to reduce a tax invoice of 2 million to about 20,000. So what do we learn from James' case? When you receive that large tax invoice from KRA, don't panic. Just involve a tax consultant. This tax consultant will be able to tell KRA, hey, loan income is not taxable income. Hey, prepaid income is not taxable income for this year. And income that is being paid, that for income that is being received now for a service that was offered last year is not taxable this year. It had already been taxed. So you learn also from the James case that if you file nil returns, you lose the opportunity to tell your story to KRA, and KRA will come up with their own version, and that version will not favor you. It will end up with you being given additional tax assessment, more taxes, more penalties, more fines, and more interest on the principal tax that you had not paid. So now, when you see another tax invoice from KRA, don't panic. Again, don't ignore them, but also know chances are there is a story that they don't know, and you need to involve a tax consultant to tell that story for you. You could be a lawyer, you are good in presenting your clients in court. You could be a medical doctor, you are good in treating the patients. You could be an engineer, you are good in doing the roads. Leave the tax work to the experts who will defend you and ensure that your business is compliant.